Like I said, I think FE7 is my best guess for who it will be. That is, if it's not Engage. Yeah, I think the only scenario we're looking at where I have to pull is if it's Engage with Yunaka. I think even then I could see myself abstaining because I can always just pull for them later. It's not like a seasonal banner. Definitely saw the thumbnail and had everything spoiled for me. It's Engage! Finally! And it's Diamant specifically.
If you're trying to gauge me for weakness, try harder.
Our new God Sword. Aren't you excited? That's a big... Oh no, it's 2 pages, isn't it? Is it not? Oh yeah, there we go. His art does look really good. We really do be getting a new God Sword every banner. Citrinne, okay. Who is the demote gonna be? Citrinne is cool too. I think Lapis might be our demote actually. Or Jade. Or Llama Guy.
Allow me to dazzle you.
Surely Yunaka is not the demote, right? That'd be nutty. Oh, we might not have a demote actually, I just realized. I just looked at the title of the video and Tender Archer.
You don't have to say it. I'm a waste. Just throw me in the trash where I belong.
Voiced by Micaiah, interesting. We have a new arcane bow. Flash Sparrow. He has a perf B slot. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Okay.
I hope this is enough.
Whoa is right. We're getting 2 rearmed heroes, it looks like. This is the new character from the Tempest Trials. She has a Beast Sense 4. Okay, wow. There's gotta be a direct emote on this banner, right?
Forgive me for this.
Yeah, there's gotta be for the Forging Bonds. Okay. Who else is here besides Alcryst? Diamant, and Citrinne, and Alcryst. I don't spot... Oh, it's... Wait, our direct emote is male Alear? No shot. Wait, and Lapis. There's... Wait, we're getting so many new swords. What's going on? Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused. There's another trailer? What do you mean there's another trailer? For Brodia. Okay, so, I mean, in this trailer we got... Wow. Another rearmed Coatless Archer. Alright. Cool banner for Brodia. I mean, clearly we're getting male Alear as well. I can see him. We're getting 3 swords in this one banner. Is there really another trailer? How is that possible? How can that be? I don't have the technology to share a short. This is a short that they uploaded separately. Alear's 5-star lock, but he's being added as an in-game gift for Engage owners. Get a free 5-star Alear! So it's very similar to what they did with Violet. They're just doing it 6 months late.
I mean, heroes you have here.
His art looks good. This is the version of Alear I more so identify with because I obviously played with him. It honestly looks way better than... Not way better. I like this art better than female Violet, or female Alear. Wow. So weird to do this now and not when we got the first banner, but whatever. We're getting 3 new swords. You wanted a new God Sword? Don't worry, we have 3 for you. We got a God Sword in Diamant, we got a mid sword with Lapis, and we got probably another God Sword with Alear. Also, we're fighting a snake dragon thing. A lot going on here, a lot to appreciate, a lot to analyze. Let's get into it. We have Diamant. Yeah, so all these characters were like highly anticipated. I guess since this banner did not have Ivy, like since it's not like a what is that country called? The not Brodia country. Since it's not a banner about that country, I guess it makes sense that we got Ivy in the summer banner, because otherwise we're not going to get Ivy for a little while. Yeah, the new the BSD increase is coming soon, I think, for CYL 7. Yeah. Lapis Demo's a little kind of wanted Jade or Amber more. Yeah, Diamant's retainers are in a tough spot now, because now that we got the Brodia banner, it's like, I don't know when we're gonna get Jade or Amber. I would expect Jade sooner than Amber. Well, alright, we had Diamant. Fair Fight Blade. Excited special trigger. I start a combat. Grants plus $5 stats. Deals damage equal 25% of unit's defense. And it reduces damage from foes' attacks by 25% of unit's defense. Excluding area effect specials. So I mean, so far, this is already really strong. This is like Asker's effect, where he gets like true damage reduction and true damage. Neutralizes. Reduces damage by X% effects from units and foes' non-special skills. Okay, we haven't seen that before. I like how, like, he still gets damage reduction. It's like, almost feels like cheating. Alright, so he's he's negating damage reduction from himself, so he can't run like Repel 4. He's not allowed. Neutralize effects that guarantee units and foes follow-up attacks, so no follow-up. And increases the speed difference. Wait, what? And increases the speed difference necessary for a unit or foe to make a follow-up attack by 20 during combat. Speed must be 25 to make a follow-up attack. Stacks with similar skills. This is really interesting and different. I kind of like it. So more often than not, you're just going to be trading blows. Like, you're just going to each get hit once. Wow. This is like an entirely new interaction with doubling, because it's like, it's not a speed check. I guess it is a speed check, but it's like, it's changing the fundamental speed check, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah, Diamant said fuck your doubling. We haven't seen this before. Like, he's bypassing like all of the guaranteed follow-up effects and interactions to just say no, you need to have 25 more speed than me. So when he comes out and he has like 32 speed, which is middling, it won't be that big of a deal. Alright, there's still more though. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25 and unit initiates combat, grant special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack. Okay. This seems superfluous, but fine. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25 and foe initiates combat, neutralize effects that inflict special cooldown charge -6 on unit during combat. And also, if unit deals damage to foe using a special during combat, restores 10 HP to unit. Jesus Christ, man. This is so much in one weapon. So he gets like exclusive effects depending on whether he's initiating or foe's initiating. I got that much. So if foe initiates, he gets tempo. If he initiates, he gets special cooldown -1. So I guess that's like a more unique way of implementing that effect, I guess. It's like you don't get the special cooldown unless you're initiating. So judging from attack, defense, finish 4, he's probably going to have more attack and defense, although he also has attack speed bulwark. So I think he's going to have a bunch of attack and defense, and then he'll have like middling speed. Diamant seems like a cool unit. He doesn't seem like a traditional god sword, which I appreciate.
No less than victory.
I don't really know how I would compare him to their god swords, or if I would. I think for now it actually makes sense to not compare him to the other god swords. He's in a different category for now. He's like an infantry armor tank. Citrinne is also here. Another fan favorite. I just realized I think this banner is almost all infantry. Everyone besides the Rearmed hero is infantry. I guess come to think of it, a lot of units in Engage are infantry. Extra special trigger at the start of turn 1, grant special cooldown count -2 to unit. So like Ophelia. At start of turn, if unit's HP is greater than 25, grants. If unit initiates combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack to unit for 1 turn. Okay, kind of random. But sure, she gets an auto double as a status effect. After start of turn skills trigger, if unit's HP is greater than 25, grants any bonus effects active on unit to allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Okay. Interesting. So she can like spread status effects to her allies, excluding unit can move 1 extra space and excluding Pathfinder. Grants all stats +5, deals damage equal 15% of units res, and okay. A lot of new perfs are getting this effect where they get true damage based on their stats. Oh, that is true actually, she can grant her allies orders buffs through Oath 4, yeah. That is pretty annoying. So she's kind of a... Wait, she's actually a menace, hold on. She's like Bride Catria in terms of like movement buffs. But actually even worse, because she can grant everybody move within 2 spaces, right? Oh no, it's move within 1 space, that's right, okay. It's not as bad as it's not as bad as I thought. But yeah, she's it's a good support effect. It's similar to Bride Catria in that case. She got Special Spiral 4 and Attack Res Oath, so she's just gonna spam specials while also warping around. I think she'll have a lot of res and not so much speed. That's my guess based on her base kit. And then besides those 2, we have 2 new rearmed heroes, which is a first. People were predicting for a while that we'd get a new rearmed bow on Alcryst specifically. I wouldn't have been shocked if Alcryst had like a perf Luna special. Alcryst does look really good actually. I don't recognize this artist name either, but it does look really good. Rearmed tomes, never. We got 1. They're waiting for rearmed Reinhardt. This is probably an unpopular opinion, but yeah, not only was I not blown away by like Alchrist's like combat viability and engage, I also didn't fall in love with the character either. Like, it kind of reminded me of Bernadetto, where like all of his C supports are kind of similar. The same character trait every time. But anyway. Okay, Arcane Darkbow. I start a special trigger, effective against flying foes. I start a combat if unit's HP is greater than 25. Grants attack speed +6 to unit. Neutralizes against penalties. And neutralizes effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks during combat. And also, if unit initiates combat, unit can make a follow-up attack before a foe can counterattack. Okay. So, more unique than the other arcane bow, right? This one gives you like desperation, which is really good. In fact, I think this arcane bow might just be better than the other one. The other arcane bow had like an attack debuff on it, I think, or an attack buff. I played Maddening and most enemies were simply too bulky for 99% of units, so having a unit that can Luna crit and reliably get more kills than anyone else is incredible. That's valid. For inheritance fodder, he's got Deadeye, he's got Flash Sparrow. If unit initiates combat, it grants attack speed +17 during combat, and also, if unit speed greater than foe speed -5, sorry, grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. So that's pretty good. Yeah, Swift Sparrow 3 and Flashing Blade 4. So it's not quite Flashing Blade 4, because Flashing Blade 4 has like +5 true damage on every hit. Yeah. If it did have that, then it would literally just be like a strict upgrade. Yeah, Flashing Blade 3. Except with Flashing Blade 3, you gotta be just faster. This one is speed -5. It is definitely a straight upgrade from Swift Sparrow 3, though. Seems pretty good. Right this second, I don't know how I would compare it to like the other A-slot skills we have now, like Remote Sparrow and Attack Speed Hexblade. Get Behind Me is his perf B-slot skill, so it's always good when a rearmed hero gets a perf skill, because otherwise they don't have much to work with. He does have perf Luna in his second skill, oh boy. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, inflicts speed defense -5 on foe. Inflicts penalty on foe's defense equal 30% of foe's defense at start of combat. And neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -6 on unit during combat. Okay, wow. That seems really good, actually. He does need to be within 2 spaces of an ally. Oh no, he can initiate too. Okay, wow. Yeah, this seems very strong. he just has like a constant Luna activated. And he can like combo that with his Deadeye. Yeah, he's got basically everything he needs to spam Deadeye. Yeah, Alcryst is really good. And you can fodder him without getting rid of him. So there you go. I feel a little burned as somebody who foddered Rearmed Tana for Summer Olyncia. I guess the benefit of foddering Tana instead is that you get Guidance 4, which is a really good skill. But I think this Arcane Bow is better. Right? I feel like this Arcane Bow has to be better, because it has Desperation. Alcryst can just hit you once, charge his Deadeye, and then kill you with the second hit. Every time. Unless you have, like, Hardy Bearing. He actually seems pretty nutty. Pretty much on the level of, like, Legendary Alm and all them.
Everything is strange. Like a half-remembered dream.
Where do we start here? So I think we already had this in the game. Arcane Nihility. It was already like in the game's code, you could say. We could already fight her in Tempest Trials. Exposure trigger. At start of combat, the grants ball stats +5. And she gets like the bonus steal effect, right? Yeah. She steals your bonuses, deals damage equal 50% of unit speed during combat, and also if unit speed greater than foe speed, neutralizes effects that guarantee foe's follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks during combat, so speed-based NFU. At start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beast or dragon allies, transforms, attack +2. Right, it inflicts attack defense -X on foe during combat. X equals number of spaces from start position to end position. So I think that's usually just -4. +3, max 6. And also, if X equals greater than 5, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30%. I mean, just looking at her perf weapon by itself, already pretty good. So this is like an inheritable weapon for Beast's Cavalry, which is pretty weird and pretty limited. It does seem better than most. I don't know about most. It seems better than some of the perf weapons that Cavalry Beast have. Power of Nihility. If number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1, grants all stats +9 to unit, and grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. And also, if unit deals damage to foe using a special during combat, restores X% of unit's max HP to unit. X equals unit's max special cooldown count times 20 plus 10. Max 100. Okay. So her max cooldown is going to be 2, so it's going to be 2 times 20 is 40, plus 10 is 50, so she's going to heal 50% of her HP back. It's too much to digest all at once. I can't even do any analysis on this. It's just like, yeah, it's obviously really strong. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say about it. We have a new inheritable tier 4 skill for beasts. Beast Sense 4 removes condition to transform, inflicts speed defense -4 on foe during combat. If a skill compares unit speed to foe speed or ally speed, treats unit speed as if granted +7. If unit speed greater than foe speed, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from area of effect specials by X%. Max 40. Okay. Yeah, that's a dodge skill for beasts. I think it's interesting that it's a tier 4 skill. I guess it makes sense though. How goes banner analysis? I don't know, man. It's tough. I don't know what I'm supposed to say about these units. They have all the effects they need to be strong and annoying. Like, beyond that, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. What is this character called again? I forgot already. Eitr. Eitr? Alright, Rearmed Eitr. That's a lot. You can see her recovering her 50% of her HP here. I think it is a little interesting that like we're getting more effects that heal you either after combat or when you activate special. Yeah, it's true. Isn't the first time we've seen special healing based off special cooldown? Yeah, we've seen that effect a couple times before. Seems like we're getting that effect more frequently, though. Hello, John 1 HD. I'm getting bodied by this trailer right now. This trailer has a really good matchup on me. I'm losing. Wouldn't it have been good promotion for Engage if they did this back when it released? Maybe they didn't want to distract from the Engage itself.
I mean, heroes you have here.
Oh, here's your God Sword. Alright. If Diamant was not the God Sword you were looking for, don't worry, we still got one. So Liberation, this appears to be the exact same that female Alear has, right? So she grants him self-charge. I mean, aside from that, it's basically all known quantities. Attack speed ideal, repel 4. What would you replace Green Feud with ideally? Green Feud is pretty good. Probably, let's see. Maybe not Oath 4, because he already has extra movement from charge. Numberette and I both thought of Oath 4 immediately, and then we disagreed. But yeah, there's Oath 4, which is valid, I guess. Hear me out, Alear supports his friends, so cross spur attack. There you go. Just find some cross spur attack fodder.
I am the Divine Dragon!
He do be the Divine Dragon. It's hard to forget when everyone calls him that. I'm gonna need, like, the Dragon Ball Z recovery pod before I tackle Reddit. That trailer winded me. I need to recover my strength. Oh, we know the next GHB! Can you guys guess who the GHB is? The GHB is from Engage. To be clear. Beam, you named like the one GHB candidate who, like, I'm not entirely sure who that is. That's like the boat lady, right? The GHB is Zephia, yes. I don't think we know anything about her yet. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised about the lack of Yunaka on this banner because she is from Brodia, so this would have been a valid place to put her. Maybe she'll be on like a Misfits banner later with Seedall. So the Salt thread still has more comments than the Hype thread, which is expected, but still a little disappointing. I would have thought maybe this time we would have a more equal distribution of comments. Saving Zappy for the Thief banner? Yo, I was thinking about that too, actually. That would make sense if they had her on a new Thieves banner. Alright, what do we think we're mad about? I don't know what we could be mad about. Is it just the fact that we're already getting another Arcane Bow? Could that be it? No Jade or Amber? I can't imagine anybody's upset about the lack of Amber. I'm sure Amber has his fans, but I mean, come on. Gonna be saved for a Misfit banner with Seedall, John, and like Lyndon, maybe. People love Amber? Well, people need to speak up more, because I haven't seen any of them. 2 rearmed heroes, Alcryst being limited. I guess that is a good point. The rearmed heroes are limited. But like, I don't think anybody ever complained about Alfred being limited. Maybe they did, and I forgot. Can we talk about how much better Alchrist's perf skill is than Alfred's? Poor Alfred. Alfred got like plus 20 defense, and Alcryst was still better. Okay, so I was right. Double dipping on bows. There we go. This might be the first time I ever got a prediction correct for the first complaint. I mean, this complaint is not invalid, right? Like, we don't have any arcane tomes yet. Already on tier 4 B skills. So sick of OCs. I mean, I don't agree with this one because, like, we're still getting the direct emote. You know what I mean? Although, this time we actually have 5 new characters, right? From Engage. So one of them is not getting a Forging Bonds conversation. Last time it was ETA, which was devastating. I'm gonna guess that Lapis is gonna get screwed out of a Forging Bonds conversation. Stop double dipping on arcane weapons. The aspect of it that I don't like, specifically, is that like this new arcane bow does appear to just be better than the last one. And the last one came out like, what, 6 months ago? You say male Alear is not getting one, interesting. possible. I think the only thing that's really lame here is that we're getting another arcane bow. Wow, I actually nailed it for once. Let's go. I nailed my prediction. No amber as expected. Okay, here's the amber fan. Can we check the hype thread? These people bummed me out. True. Okay, let's check it out. There we go. We got some good vibes for the new Engage banner. I don't think I'll be pulling personally. If I did, it would have been for the new arcane bow, but like I already gave the last bow to Valencia, so like I guess I have not given that bow to Etia, even though I could have. I still have a spare Tana. But I don't know if it's worth it to pull for a new arcane bow. Yeah, I think I'll be abstaining. And I don't have any Beast Cavalry units that I use either that would want that new weapon. So Zephia has to have a perf, right? There's no shot she doesn't have a perf. It would be diabolical if Zephia did not have a perf. They add her and she has like raw rabbit. Yeah, Engage actually has well, okay, I was gonna say it has a lot of candidates for GHPs, but that's actually not true at all compared to other FE games. Engage is the game where you just fight the 4 hounds over and over and over again. So compared to like 3 houses, which has a bunch of GHBs, maybe not so many in Engage. I won't be pulling, but it is a very cool banner. I'm excited to see the Engage people get in. Rearmed Alcryst is tempting, but I think I'll be abstaining for now.